Esiva, this is GF Legible from GamerFusion.com, and what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys a guide and tutorial guide on how to do the Lexington mission. First and foremost, before you start any mission, make sure you stretch your muscles and you guys are ready to go and fully geared up and fully warmed up to start the mission. One thing I do want to let you guys know, this guide is going to be pretty much focused on how to approach each section of the mission. If you guys want to know what stats or what type of build that you guys should definitely pick up, I will go ahead and leave an annotation on this video showing you guys what is the build if you guys are running solo and what is the build if you guys are running with a team. Definitely this build was going to help you clear this out like in about 30 to 25 minutes. It took us about 35 minutes to actually clear this one, and this is on, I believe, our third run. So here's what you're going to want to do. First off, when you start off, first thing you're going to want to go ahead and note is there is going to be a couple of grenadiers and some snipers up above. The first thing you're going to definitely want to do when doing this is you're going to want to maybe take out at least 1 to 2 snipers and get rid of the grenadiers as much as you possibly can. If you can't, don't push too far up, and make sure you guys are constantly communicating where the enemies are coming from, if they're flanking, if they're to the left or to the right, because this is going to be very detrimental on the fact of how fast you're able to complete this. I'm going to be fast forwarding the majority of the parts of the video because I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see the entire gameplay of me clearing out the area. But what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and talk about each specific checkpoint and how you're able to do it. So what you're going to want to do is definitely have as much health packs as possible, especially the one that revives is very, very helpful, or where you could actually toss it, because you're going to want to keep 2 people on the left, 2 people on the right, and sometimes switch back and forth. Sometimes you're not going to be close to get that revive, so you're going to want to constantly be moving. One thing I highly recommend when you guys are doing this, if you guys are wondering what weapons should I use, what do you recommend, highly recommend you guys go with the SMG. Should be your #1 priority. SMGs are just OP as heck in this game, and to me they are the best weapon in the game as far as primary, and then secondary if you're running a sniper. It depends how you like to run the sniper, as a primary or your secondary, but SMGs and marksman rifles are the way to go within the game at the current moment. I really wish assault rifles would have as much power as SMGs, but unfortunately they don't, because due to the fact that the SMGs have that extra crit damage when shooting. So definitely keep that in mind. If you guys are going to be running these missions, make sure you guys are picking up your SMGs and you're constantly telling people what's going on. At this point, I was kind of funny because my revive was glitched, so I kept running back and forth. No one could revive me. It was just funny at that moment. So what we're going to do right now is, once we go ahead and we clear that, we're going to go ahead and clear the snipers, get rid of both of them like that, and jump down. Now remember, once you clear the snipers, a lot of people just tend to keep running. Don't forget to pick up your ammo restock, just because you don't want to go all the way forward and be like, oh snaps, I ran out of ammo, and then come back and pick up that ammo. Once you clear the first portion, you're going to go ahead to the second stage. This one's going to be another set of enemies coming at you in a waves of 3. What I would recommend is definitely go to this section where I'm going to show you right now. Have at least 2 people up here and 2 in the mid. If you all 4 want to go up here, that works as well, but it's all going to be very predominant to what you want to do or what you think is going to be best. Also make sure you reload your gun, unlike what I did, and I just went up there without my gun being reloaded. So make sure you guys keep at least 2 people up here and some in the mid to go ahead and clear those ads. Turrets are helpful, but not not that much. So you're gonna definitely want to go ahead and keep stacking the wall so you can provide you better DPS when you're hitting the ads. Also make sure to clear out the grenade people, because the grenade people become really annoying, especially if you're trying to down as many enemies as possible. They keep launching nades and keep messing up either your super or your special ability, or they keep just keep moving you constantly back and forth. So as you see right there, we have 1 person on the mid section, which is over there, and then we have me and Futile are kind of just hammering this section here with Insanity. So we're going to go ahead and clear this out as quickly as we can. And this one is actually another set of 3 waves as well. Just clear as much ads as you possibly can. You're going to get a couple snipers that are going to spawn They're not too detrimental in the sense of them being able to shoot you from, like where you have to kind of watch out that much. You just got to keep an eye on where they're at so you can constantly keep damage. Now, the reason why you want to go ahead and have 2 people on the top, 2 people on the bottom is because that's going to keep the enemies moving back and forth, and you want to have that constant movement because you don't want them to be just focused primarily on one section. You want them to actually, kind of be like, oh, I'm going to shoot this way, I'm going to shoot that way, and, they're constantly moving. You're wondering what is the best, like, DPS and health-wise stat to actually clear this really fast. You're going to want to have at least 80 plus DPS. I would recommend 100, but 80 plus DPS it should work fine. If all of you are running 80, that should work. If all of you are running 100 and above, that's even better. So once you go ahead and clear this section, oh yeah, I forgot to say health-wise, I would say I'm gonna go with 30 plus in health, just so you can complete it really quickly. As far as once you're done with this section, you're gonna be heading into this tunnel. Now keep in mind, this tunnel is, you pretty much have to defend this section. There's gonna be 2 enemies you're gonna have to clear out. Don't forget to restock before you actually start this. One thing I do want to let you guys know on this section right here is there's gonna be a guy with kind of like dismantling the bomb. You're supposed to protect him, so make sure you guys constantly keep the enemies from actually approaching him. One thing I want to say is when it comes to this map, you're going to see a paramedic unit. What you're going to want to do with the paramedic unit, make sure they don't go further than that. You're probably going to get some mailers that probably go further than that, but try to keep them at least at that far out as you possibly can. Definitely keep hitting your super to give you that extra damage. If you're in trouble, just head back there to the area where kind of like the little hallway, and clear them out as quickly as you can. One thing about this section as well is you're going to want to be constantly moving because you don't want to be static, especially since it's such a confined area. You want to be moving as quickly as you can. There's only a couple ads that actually kind of push up a little bit, but for the majority of the part, if you're shooting them and constantly have different focus fire on different sections, like you have some people on the hallway and on the walkway, I should say, and some people down in the tunnel, you should be good to go and clear them out really quickly. Like I said, SMGs melt people like crazy. So once you clear this part, very, very easy. It's actually one of the easiest parts within the challenge mode. Once you go ahead and clear this part, don't forget to restock again and head to the second portion. The second portion is pretty much very similar to where you have to defend someone. It's just that this one's a little bit better area because the person's not only confined in a room, but there's actually a lot of spots to be able to take advantage of the enemy when they're attacking you. So first thing you want to do is go ahead, pick up that restock once you head over there. Once you pick up the restock, you're going to want to at least have either 2 to 3 people within the room. You could only do with 2, but if you want to have more than 2 in the room, you're going to want to send to one person, primarily the person with the highest DPS within your fire team or in your team, to the top portion. I'm going to go ahead and show you where that's at. You're going to go up this ladder before the enemy spawned, and you're going to go ahead and take cover right here, and you should be able to clear the majority of the enemies coming in without a problem. Like I said, SMGs are OP, so make sure you guys use your SMG and take them out fairly quickly. So once you take them out, there's going to be, I think it's a total of 5 enemies that spawn here. So there's going to be 2 that go underneath you that there's no way of them hitting you, which your teammates could probably take out with from being within the room. And you could actually send another person up here if you guys want to go ahead and do this more quick. So once you guys are done cleaning the ads, just drop back down, go ahead, hit that restock, make sure you have enough ammo for the next step. Now, as you guys notice, I'm still getting shot because there's a couple enemies that are still outside. They didn't come inside, but they stayed outside and they're still shooting. Like I said, once again, you're going to want to have at least 2 people within the building, and you're going to send 2 people upstairs, and they are going to be in charge of clearing the ads that are spaced out further out. So for example, you see that ad right there, you're going to want to clear him out and try to take them out as quickly as you can. You're going to get another set of wave of enemies that spawn to the right hand side of you, or depending on where you're viewing this, it's going to be your right or your left. If you're viewing from my angle, it's going to be your right hand side. So make sure you constantly, once you clear those out, that you keep an eye on the snipers, because the snipers are deadly. These are actually really deadly snipers. They are on point, not only because there's 2 up top, but because there's also 2 in the bottom. So you're going to want to, when you're shooting one, you're going to constantly want to make sure you keep an eye on the ones on the bottom as well, because then you will be getting sniped. As you saw, I got downed a couple times because I wasn't keeping a close attention to the one that was on the bottom portion, and he kept killing me. So make sure you guys keep an eye on that as quickly as you can. Once you go ahead and you clear this one and get rid of all the ads and the snipers, go ahead, restock once again, and head over to this section. Now this one's going to be different, because this one you're going to want to have 2 people on the top part where I was shooting the snipers, and you're going to want to have 2 people head to this direction. This direction is going to give you an ability to actually get a good sniping point on the boss, and you're going to be able to clear him fairly easy without having to engage him. You're going to come back here to the left hand side, stick all the way to the left. Once you hit this truck, you're going to be able to see the sniper once he pops out, and then all you have to do is just make sure you land your shots, and you should be good to go. So make sure you constantly keep an eye on him. As you see right there, we're able to see him, and all you have to do is just land those snipe shots, and you guys should be good to clear him out. He will go down fairly easy if you stay on the spot. Sometimes he'll go ahead and hide, just throw a grenade up there, or you know, kind of just wait for him to kind of show his face again, and then you should be able to take him out fairly quickly. Once you cleared him, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go ahead and head back. One thing I do want to let you know before you head back is, though, always keep a constant eye on your surrounding, especially with your teammates. You're going to want to go ahead and keep an eye, because as you see right there, Futile and Insanity went down. So that means we might get enemies rushing us from the side, and that's exactly what happened. We got a couple of enemies coming, being pushed, because you know, our 2 people that were up in the middle section weren't controlling the ads. So if you're gonna come over here, make sure you keep an eye on who's down and who's not down, so you can know if you're gonna be getting rushed by enemies or not. So once you go ahead and clear these out, clear out the sniper, he's gonna be dead very quickly. As you see, he dies. You're going to head back to where you were at, head back to the middle section of the map, and work your way back up top. Make sure you always hit that restock before you head up top. And that's pretty much it. All you're going to want to do is go ahead and clear the rest of the ads that spawn. Now, do keep in mind, when you're clearing these ads, you're going to want to know where they're spawning from, so you can actually pre-aim and pre-fire. So once you clear the first ones, everything's going to start spawning from the right-hand side. So you're going to just see that kind of like hallway where the paramedics, paramedic vans are at. That's all you're going to be worrying about. All of them are going to be spawning from that particular side. So that's where you just got to kind of just keep your focus fire. Usually you could do this with all 4 people at the top, or you could do it with the same strat with 2 people on the top, 2 people on the bottom. It works very effectively, but whatever you guys like or prefer would work better. The reason why you want to at least have 2 people on the bottom is because sometimes you could have an ad or an enemy spawned kind of work his way up the stairs and like a melee dude and kind of take you out, and you don't want to go ahead and restart everything all over again after you've gone this far. So make sure you clear that. You'll get a couple waves. You get some LMG guys, you get some snipers, you get some rushers. Clear those out. Once you clear those guys out, you guys are pretty much golden. And the last wave is going to be a set of 2 LMG guys. You're going to take those guys out, and you are pretty much good to go, and you cleared the challenge mode. Fairly easy challenge mode. I'm going to be making guides on each challenge mode. Let me know if you guys find this videos helpful and informative. If you do, make sure you guys share with your friends if you guys are planning to pick the challenge mode this weekend, or if you guys are planning to, the first time you do a challenge, let me know these videos are helpful to you guys, and I'll definitely be making one on each challenge. Don't forget, guys, to leave a comment and a like. And I hope, it kind of helps you pass this one. And also let me know what you guys get, because I was able to actually pretty much get the majority of all my gear gold. The only thing I'm missing is a chest piece at the moment. But other than that, doing this for about 4-5 times, I was able to get almost everything a high-end weapon. Also, don't forget, if you guys are trying to find out how to get high-end gear, there's definitely a good way to go about it. I have a couple of videos posted. And once again, if you guys want to know what class setup to run, I also have a video posted. You can just click on that annotation. Don't forget, guys, for all things The Division, head over to GamerFusion.com, where we empower your gaming.